Hello, my name is Rachel. This is the third time I'm videoing because I want to make sure it doesn't sound scrambled. Um, there's a lot of things that I want to shed light on in terms of our legal system. When people try to put injunctions on people based on false allegations, fake pictures, saying that the person is abusive and they've got nothing except to self-inflict and take those pictures, and then they take this to court on face value. Something's wrong. When nobody does a background check to see if there's any record or anything that can back this up, and seeing that there is a history of reports that are done on the other person that's doing the false accusations. Something's really wrong. With all of this being done, automatically what happens is that it goes to, because you have children involved, this takes precedence over your custody, your child support case. And obviously you're not looked at in the best light to the courts. With this false allegations injunction that ends up getting served on you, something's really wrong, because that ends up overturning the home place. Keep in mind that the person that's being falsely accused is the one that's the only name on the lease, and you're taking it out of your home. Keep in mind that the person that did these false accusations also goes to Department of Motor Vehicles, another government place, and takes your name off your vehicle with no written documents stating that you're giving that person the right to take your name off your own vehicle. Something is really wrong. No home, no vehicle. And thank God you didn't get married, because then there's a law in place that says the children go to the natural mother. Thank God for that, because on the legal documents it states, or stated, that he wanted to take the children too. Everything was put on upside down. No vehicle, nothing. With this injunction, this false allegation injunction, it lasts for a period of time of 18 months. In Florida, in the state of Florida, what happens is that in every job that you apply for, automatically they do a background check, which means you don't get a job. It's on a civil level, but still, you can't get a job. And you can't move around because there's no vehicle. Thank God you have your kids, but you're thrown into a world of chaos. Luckily, you have relatives that you can live with. Very grateful. But you're still living in a world of chaos, trying to trying to find some stability in the whole situation. During the time of court, I had just had surgery, and I wasn't able to get around. And it was really crazy because I was being accused of all these things. I can laugh about it now, but it's very serious because based on face value, you're being accused of these things, and nobody's looking deep enough to see that there is no wrongdoing, that there is no history of these false accusations. Meanwhile, the person that's putting these false accusations upon you has a lot of history, a lot of police reports, not just in the Florida state, but also in California state. Also keep in mind that this was not just done to myself. This was done to 2 other women prior to me. Also, trying to get some type of representation, an attorney that works pro bono for free, and you can't get one because you don't meet a certain criteria that is fitting a certain type, like domestic violence, where they can, okay, this is what it looks like, this is what we can pay, what the government grants can pay this group of free attorneys. They could pay them. They can't help you. What you do get is the definition of the laws that you're trying to work with. That's all you get. And nobody's helping you. Nobody's looking deeper into what the issue is. Nobody's taking a look to see that this is an ugly situation that nobody wants to help you with. And that there is a history, and that there is a pattern, and there is reports showing that this person is violent, that there are problems with him mentally, because how can you have this many problems constantly and not have mental problems? You also try to go towards getting legal help with child support to another government entity, and you file. You go towards court. It's done over a video phone. The calls don't go through, so you're calling constantly to try and get through. It doesn't get through. Your case gets pushed out. Therefore, you don't get any help. You try again. And you're going through this government, this government entity, which is the child support department, to try and get some help with your kids, because you have 3 kids you're trying to take care of. And you can't, because now all of this was, preconceived. This was all thought out to get an attorney. And of course, it was thought out through the attorney because, well, all he knows is just the laws and how he can manipulate and lie. The attorney is the one that carried it through. But because he has obtained an attorney, the only reason he could afford the attorney was because he got a lawsuit and he won. Again, based on lies. So this supported him in obtaining the attorney. But now that he has an attorney regarding the child support case and custody, the child support filing on my part is no longer important, because now it becomes a private lawsuit where the child support department, their group of their attorneys, can no longer help me because he now has obtained an attorney. So it's a private lawsuit. So you got nothing. You got no help. You got 3 kids that you got to take care of, but you have nothing. Nothing. And just a side note, this person claimed his children as dependents and myself $10,000 straight into his own bank account when his kids are walking around with holes in his shoes, in their shoes, you know. Prior to all of this, what started this big storm was I was just tired of just, you know, the bullshit and just the constant lies, the constant cheating, the constant fights, the constant manipulation, the controlling, and just always being ready to defend myself and fight back and protect my kids and keep them away from the yelling and the craziness. It was constantly chaotic. And you just reach that point where you're just done. You're just done. You don't want it anymore. You don't want to have the problems anymore. And you want out. With that being said, there's a lot of problems in our legal system that need to change. And a lot of people don't want to take the time to look deeper into what the situation is, showing and seeing that there is a pattern. There is a background of police reports, sheriff reports, showing this person is not okay, that you're having a lot of problems with this person. Okay, so the legal system is not working. Nobody wants to look deep enough to see the problems. There's a lot of things that are wrong. And you're just surviving. And you're getting up every day to see and look for the doors that could, you know, someone can help you. And you're going in circles because this one piece was put into the court systems, the false allegations injunction, and this took precedence over all the other stuff. And makes you look really bad in the eyes of the law, in front of the courts, the judge. It makes you look really bad. So you're looking really bad to everybody, and nobody wants to help you because you're trying to get an attorney, a pro bono free attorney to help you, but you can't because your case doesn't fit a certain criteria. Therefore, you're not being represented. All you're getting is a letter of a definition of the laws that you're going to be dealing with and what you can and cannot do. And at the same time, there's a lot of proof showing abuse and neglect on your kids during this period of time. What do? You're stuck. And nobody says nothing. It's another normal day. It's just another normal day. It's very sad. It's 3 kids that are not being looked after. Our legal system needs to change. It's failing us. It's not looking deep enough to see or wanting people or a group, a division that needs to be put in place to look deeper into these types of situations. It's just a madhouse. This is crazy. And I wanted to bring this to light because there's people suffering. There's little kids having to deal with it and having problems. Anyways, I just wanted to bring this to light because it's a big deal. And it's never ending. It feels like it's never ending. So, God bless.